I didn't even see that. I was too busy looking at the switch, and so he described the detail. This is both put it on his lap. Got it. Hey y'all, what is up? What is good? And Ghost Squad, how you doing? Today, BlackGhostFace is here to do a Be Amazed video. And this is called You Had One Job. Now, I already know for a fact I'm going to enjoy this one because you all know teamwork, right? But that one person on your team messed something up to where everything is ruined, and you know those words, you had one job. So I can't wait to see how ridiculous this is going to get for someone to say you had one job. So sit back, relax, y'all, 'cause we diving in to the video.
Have you ever asked someone to do one, just one really small, really simple job, and they've still managed to get it wrong somehow? Like you ask them to load the dishwasher, and they think this is what you meant. Or you could ask them to do the laundry and find they've put an entire bag of pretzel sticks in with the rest of the load.
No.
Well, if you thought that was weird, it's only about to get weirder. From incredible idiocy to major misunderstandings, it's time to laugh at people who just had one job and still managed to screw it up.
This can't be real.
Okay, I want to introduce you all to someone. This is Antonio.
Hey,
Antonio just helped put down this road.
Okay.
And it looks like a real solid, well-laid road. Good job, Antonio. Only there's a gate over there that needs closing and, looks like Antonio didn't account for the fact that adding a thick layer of asphalt to the ground might raise it to the point where the gate won't close over it. Aw, man. I guess there's only one question left to ask.
What do you think, Antonio?
Did he just... Okay. That was either a very good chicken impression, or Antonio's just as confused as to how he missed this as the rest of us. When you refurbish a bathroom, a plumber will usually advise you on what materials to use and what size everything needs to be. When unqualified people who think they know better try their hand at this, though, they can end up with pretty obvious problems. Like this guy who installed a fancy new faucet, but didn't consider the angle of the new water flow. Ah well, who needs a sink when you have a perfectly good drain in the floor there? Now,
Now the fence is one thing. I can probably understand the fence, but you know that can't close because you know the road is like too thick, and it's like this, like it's like here is the fence, right? And you're trying to close it all the way, right? But you can't because you know it's like right there. But that right there, someone's gonna get fired for this. It's almost like a shower when you think about it, like old school shower. Like, oh my God, it's like Three Stooges. You could just sit right there, right there, and just take a shower or a quickie shower, and voila, you don't even need to get in the bathtub. There's your shower right there. You don't need to get in the bathtub to take a shower because why? That right there is your shower. Okay. Wow. Okay.
well, who needs a sink when you have a perfectly good drain in the floor there?
Yeah, right?
Now, I'm not a handyman by any stretch of the imagination. I have no idea how to fix a leaky faucet or put up a set of shelves. Now, that said, I think even I know which way round a toilet seat goes, unlike whoever installed this one. Man, I hope they had the smarts to take it off and put it right way round, otherwise this person's in for the dreaded freezing cold porcelain poop. But at least they gave enough crap to try. Whereas the person responsible for this absolute travesty clearly
What?
only gave half a crap. Okay.
For this can't be real. This can't be. You can you just fathom the fact that you got to go to the bathroom and you see that? Now doing number one, sure, but doing number two, numero dos, imagine. Imagine. It's like you're sitting. It's like you're sitting on steps on someone's porch, and you wait for that person to come out. It's like sitting on a porch. I.
Let's
Wow.
let's try to apply some logic to this situation.
What
Either
logic?
this bathroom was converted into two smaller rooms, and someone spent several hours painstakingly and perfectly erecting a well-fitted drywall around the toilet, which they couldn't remove for reasons, or whoever's job it was to install this toilet took the term half bath way too literally.
But
I mean, I guess it might be. No, I'm at a loss. What do you think? For drywall disaster, hit that like button. And for insane installation, hit that subscribe button. All done. Right, what other jobs have people managed to mess up in the weirdest ways possible? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever.
I how can you think of a logic? How can you think of a logic explanation if you go into a bathroom, a restroom, and you see half a toilet? How can you think of something logic for that? Like I said, you can do number one. Yeah, sure, it's half a toilet. You know, and the good news about it is you can still flush. But what happens if you gotta do number two? How can you think of a logic for that? What if you're one of those? For you big people out there, don't you hate those type of bathrooms, those type of toilets that be small, like your butt cheek takes up the whole toilet seat. But imagine you try to like sit down. Imagine sitting down on half a toilet, and you really gotta go. You really gotta drop a dookie ookie on half a toilet seat. How can you think of a logic way to figure out that situation? But like I said, number one,
Installed that
no
toilet
problem.
seat also put
No
the
big deal.
plastic clasp lid on this juice carton. Come on, the opening's right there. The area's even blocked out in white so you know exactly where it's meant to go. Now, to be fair, this was probably a factory machine error that flipped the carton the wrong way around during some part of the production line, but still, was the quality control manager at this factory blind? Or do they just not care about the freshness of a man's juice? Sometimes you can't trust an idiot to do one simple job. You have to do it yourself. Except you can turn out to be that idiot if you don't check what you're doing, as this next guy found out. He decided he was going to install a kiddie hole into one of the doors in his home. Only he didn't check which way round the door was before he cut the hole. So when he went to reattach it, this happened. Well, I think he's probably going to pay someone to come fix this mistake. Either that or this cat's going to have to learn how to jump 6 feet straight up.
What the hell?
Either that or this cat's going to have to learn how to jump 6 feet straight up.
How about the? How? How? Like, do you have what? You have a pet spider? You have pet squirrels or something? Like, bro, how do you get that raw? And first of all, that is not even supposed to be a door for the pet. Now, if you want to get like a door, like an actual, let's say, doggy door, for example, sure, but I don't think the shape of that is supposed to be a door for the cat. You know, what if your cat gets fat? How the cat gonna fit through that? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's like basically playing Peapow with Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. I'm trying to fathom how is that even possible to where, like, Maybe, like I said, got a pet spider. You know what I mean? Like a pet arachnid. Like what animal do we know that climbs on the walls like Spider Man? What animal do we know that does that? Let me know, because I want to know what pet would go through that triangle shaped door. I want to know. Like, what animal would you get and have that? I want to know.
If
Wow,
you've been
that's
abroad, you
hilarious.
might have bought a t-shirt with the place you visited emblazoned on it as a souvenir. Nice way to remember your trip, right? Okay, so riddle me this. Where in the hell is this t-shirt meant to be from? For a start, that is an outline of Africa, famously an entire continent, not a country. And second, that says Asia, which is an entirely different continent. I have several questions. Who designed this?
Yeah.
Who designed this?
Yeah.
And finally, who designed this? No wonder this thing was found in the sale section.
Well, I got other questions for that too. Have they not passed geography? Have they not passed social studies? Have they not looked at, I don't know, the globe in social studies class, history class? The one that spins. You know what I mean? The world globe. It does show the countries, the continents, and everything. So, what part of that looks like Asia? What part of it looks like Asia? Last time I checked, Asia was a lot bigger than that. Cause I bet you right now, if that shirt actually exists, I bet you someone will buy that shirt. 70% off. I mean, hey, it's better than buying a shirt that's about $50, $60, right? Hey, 70% off. Oh man, that is a steal. That is literally a steal. Asia. I'm like, at first when I saw this, I'm like, Asia. Okay.
No matter how old you are or where you come from, we all know Pikachu.
Yep.
The iconic little yellow electric mouse Pokemon. At least I assumed we all did, because whoever put together this Pikachu amiibo figure.
Okay, I'm not going to. Now see, they trying to be funny. Let's examine this. Let us analyze the Pikachu, right? Oh, I know what Pikachu looks like. Someone had to be drunk doing this. Someone had to throw. This is one way to make yourself a Pikachu hater. This is this can't get any worse. You got his tail on top of his head and his ears on his butt.
Has clearly never seen a Pikachu before in their life. Somehow they managed to switch the little creature's tail and ears around, leaving it more like a rejected Teletubby design over a Pokemon. Suddenly, I don't want to catch them all. When people list products online, all they have to do is show a photo of what the product actually looks like and then send you that product.
Right.
Doesn't sound too hard, but it's easier said than done, as Reddit user MattPond1 discovered. A fan of the stop-motion duo Wallace and Gromit, they ordered a cheap coffee mug online in the shape of Gromit's head. But what they actually got was, well, it was a picture of a Gromit-shaped mug on a normal mug. I can't tell if this is a swindler trying to cash in on the weirdly specific Wallace and Gromit mug of fandom, or if someone genuinely thought people wanted a picture of a mug on a mug. Wait, I think I've seen this film before. Yeah. Mugception. Road painters have pretty straightforward and weirdly satisfying jobs. Occasionally, the role involves laying down tape or a stencil and painting within the lines, or just pressing a button on a slow-moving line painting machine to dispense a perfectly unbroken line of paint.
Right.
Now, I've never done this job in my life, but it seems pretty intuitive to assume that if there's something in the way, you should move it before laying down paint. Otherwise, you end up with scenes like this. I think the biggest insult to this bike owner is that they changed the color of the paint while still spraying the tire. Would it really have been too much to just move the bike onto the sidewalk? Fairly certain it wasn't super glued to the rack. And speaking of things that could easily have been moved out of the way of a paint sprayer, really? Moving a few pieces of dog poop was too hard? At least?
First of all, like you you can't be that lazy to move some out the way, especially if you're putting it on the street. To guide traffic and all that. Imagine you see that. That would be pure lazy work. Pure lazy. The fact that you did not want to move dog poop. Like, I mean, hey, it ain't my problem. I'm just here to do my job. If it's in the way, it's in the way. Whatever. You see, stuff like this is like the reason why you get fired. And then you're gonna look confused, wondering, what did I do? What do you mean? I did my job. What's the problem? That ain't my dog. So if it ain't my dog, I'm not touching that. Right. Right.
I'm assuming that's dog poop. Repairing a hole in a brick wall can be a real pain. The bricks filling the hole need to be cut to size, and then everything has to be shoved into place like one giant, heavy jigsaw puzzle. Clearly the process was too much work for the person who was asked to fill this hole. It looks like they turned up, realized they couldn't fit the bricks in lengthwise, and then played Tetris with them instead. Shoving them in anywhere they fit and calling it a job done.
That is literally so what to say. I got 3 more minutes to go. Hurry up, guys. We gotta get out of here. Like he just shoved it in there. Like, oh, hey, closing shift. It's time to go. Here we go. There we go. Okay, I'm done here, and that's it, bro. He just shoved it in. He shoved the rest of it in and basically said, "Well, there you go. I'm done with this wall. I'm all done. Hey." See y'all tomorrow. Now, tell me this ain't grade 101, you're fired. You're fired. No. Don't just, no, you're going to fix this, but then you're going to get fired. Then you're just fired. Nah. This is like, I can't even say sloppy. Now, I can understand. Now hear me out. I can understand. Okay, you see how the brick wall is, right? I can understand. Let's say like this, and then one like this, and then one like this. I can understand that. That would be sloppy. This is beyond sloppy. This is just disgustingly bad. Imagine someone building your house and you see that. Imagine you paid for a house, they built the house, and you see that. First thing comes to mind. Who was responsible for this part of the wall?
Man, I hope nobody actually paid for this.
Right?
Maybe I've been being too skeptical. Maybe these jobs are too hard to get right.
No,
or maybe, just maybe, people are stupid. Because, I don't know about you, but I've never forgotten that the handle goes on the outside of the mug. I really don't want to put this down to some sort of machine error, but mass-made ceramic mugs like this are mainly produced by hand through a series of molds and firing processes. This is because the materials and designs are too delicate and complex for machines to process alone. There's no button to push that inserts a handle or folds the body of a cup the wrong way round. That's all down to a human. So someone must have put that handle inside that cup deliberately, and I hate it. Now, back in my youth, which was so long ago I swear I remember dinosaurs roaming the earth, I used to have a part-time job at McDonald's making burgers. It was pretty easy. Open a bun, squirt condiments, add relish, add a slice of cheese, add burger, close, bun. It's literally that simple. Though it looks like someone over at McDonald's was trying to reinvent this process when they added cheese to the outside of this Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Was lifting up the top of the bun somehow too hard? Well, we shouldn't be that surprised.
I guess so.
Someone else working at this famous fast food franchise had the simple job of flying the McDonald's flag. You know, the one with the big M on it that stands pretty unmistakably for McDonald's. It's not a W for McDonald's. Initially, I thought this might have been part of McDonald's Women's Day PR stunt, where they flipped flags and signs all over the US to show their support for women back in 2018. Yeah, it was a pretty lame gesture considering they'd just come under heavy fire that year for sweeping claims of female employee harassment under the rug, but this image was uploaded a good year before that marketing initiative took hold. Now that said, maybe this actually inspired the PR stunt. The cycle of stupidity continues.
Yeah.
While putting the flag upside down is a simple mistake to make, forgetting an entire arch from the famous Golden Arches is another level of dumb. Or at least it would be if it weren't intentional.
Now, hear me out on this one. Now, okay. First off, the switching it to W, that could be a way to where Wendy's paid us to do that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, of course, yeah, McDonald's, but if you topsy-turvy the M to a W, Wendy's paid us to do it, you know? And you know, I ain't gonna lie, if I saw McDonald's if I saw that, I would probably go with that idea to where, oh, Wendy's paid y'all to do that? For a day? You know what? I could accept that just for the day. You know? I mean, what other food place starts with W, right? Or I'll be like this. It'll be to where, hey, we had a killing sale today. Yeah. Hey, flip that M to a W to where we had a great day yesterday. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like we got three new foods on the menu, 3 new ones, and they sold exquisitely. So M to a W next day, but
it turns out the famous Golden Arches logo originates from the 1950s McDonald's building designs, which had 2 illuminated arches on either side of the roof to make them stand out.
Okay.
The Golden Arches weren't incorporated into the logo until 1962, and to this day, some 12 McDonald's locations, long-standing spots that have existed since the 50s, sport signs with just one original arch that used to make up the iconic buildings. But even with all that said, seeing the single arch makes me want to call it McDonald's. There's something about a popsicle shaped like a cartoon character that just makes it taste superior. Sadly, you don't always get what's promised on the box, or at least the guy who bought this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ice cream didn't. And poor Raphael just doesn't know which way he's looking. Did the quality inspector responsible for this batch really give this cross-eyed crusader the green light? Well, at least it has the right number of gumball eyes, unlike SpongeBob over here.
Whoa!
Jeez, what kind of ice cream is that, I wonder? Tastes like nightmares? The little yellow minions from the film franchise Despicable Me are so popular that their designs have found their way onto just about everything, from Crocs to pasta shapes. People have even baked their designs into cakes. Although this doesn't always go to plan. Oh gosh, why would you give it teeth like that?
Ew.
You had one job to make a cute birthday cake from one of many designs, most of which don't have teeth and don't look like they crawled out of hell. Why make it look like it's half minion, half meat grinder? Well,
first of all, what? Yo, why, bro? That's like something out of FNAF. Like, bro, they have teeth, but bro, what, bro? Nah, man. Can you imagine a new FNAF game and you see the minions looking like that? Yeah, that would be kind of creepy though, bro. Well, whose idea is to make that? You mean to tell me you never seen Despicable Me before? At least get an image of the minion so you'll know. Make it look cute for a kid's birthday party. But you gonna look, even if it's for an adult birthday party, I wouldn't even go near that. Like, really? You might see that, and you might literally see that at nighttime. If you have sleep paralysis demon or so, you might see that. All right.
At least an attempt was made here, unlike what Reddit user Cats and Jeeps 2 experienced. They asked a local bakery to make them a cake in the shape of a Nintendo Switch console for their daughter's birthday.
Okay.
However, the order was passed on to a different baker who for some reason wasn't given the instructions.
Oh no.
And so what Cats N received was different. Okay, it might be a world apart from what they asked for, but there is an edible photo of the reference picture of the Switch console Katzen took on the cake, along with Katzen's knees, and the very boomer image of someone taking a picture of the Switch.
I didn't even see that. I was too busy looking at the Switch, and so he described the detail. This is both put it on his lap. Got it! You could have just put it on a table. You put it on your lap. Got it. Why would you do that? Why? Who should you fire? The person who took the picture like that, or the person who made the cake of the picture looking like that? You could have put it on the table, good sir. You could have put the Switch on the table, or better yet, sent an image of the Switch to the person. Okay? You could have sent the picture of the Switch. I mean, literally. Or wait, another idea, you could have got the box. Like, hey, here is the box of the Switch. I couldn't get the Switch console. You know what I mean? I couldn't get it, but I got the box. Here it is right here. Here's an image. I sent it to you from Google Images. But no, got it. I mean, man got jeans on. Look like he wearing some sandals too. Oh my god. You can see his hair. Cheese! Bro, that has to be the worst. You know what? I would laugh. I would probably get mad if my child has to celebrate a birthday, seeing a cake like that. I would probably get mad, but somewhere I probably wouldn't. Because it's just how funny that this person tried, but didn't think outside the box to where, let me put it on a fucking table and take the picture. The table? I'll probably laugh a little bit more if it was on the bed or something. But no, this is top funny. Top funniest way.
Just what every 8-year-old wants. Now, our society isn't built well to accommodate people with mobility issues. With that said, I don't think that flipping a set of stairs over like this is the solution. Those ramps are so steep, any wheelchair user will need to be on X Games mode to use them. What seems to have happened here is that these stair sections came prefabricated and were wrapped up to protect them. Unable to see them, the installation crew had to guess which way up they went, and they guessed wrong. Well, it's either that or the stairs were designed by MC Escher. Now, even on a good day, elevators cause me some anxiety because I'm kind of claustrophobic. However, I think I'd feel at ease on this elevator because someone as equally as claustrophobic as me installed not one, not two, but 3 open door call buttons.
What?
Wait, hang on. What if these buttons don't actually mean that, though? Where's the button that keeps the door closed? And which one actually keeps it open? Oh no. This has turned into a game of Russian elevator roulette. I think I'll take the stairs. We could all do with getting a bit more exercise, but whoever fixed up this bike in an attempt to cycle their way to health won't be going anywhere in a hurry. Can you see why? Yeah, those pedals are going to prove difficult to push. You need the leverage achieved by pushing down on one pedal to help bring the other pedal around, which is why pedals usually get set 180 degrees from one another. Anyone trying to ride this bike would soon see how difficult it is to gain momentum without that all-important leverage. Not impossible, but very slow and funny to watch. You know what my favorite thing about college football is? The cheerleaders. They're relentlessly happy, their routines are super peppy, and their timing is immaculate. Now, with that said, not every cheerleader gets it right, as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish know all too well. Oh boy. To be fair, this cheerleader had probably been flipped around in the air so many times by this point in this match, she might not have known which way was up. Give me an O. Give me a G. What does that spell? No, seriously, what does that spell? I'm too dizzy to think good. Okay, pop quiz. What are the key components of a fork? A handle, a flat top section, and prongs, right? Now, someone please explain to me who forgot one of those key principles when they were packaging up the guy on the right here.
Is that a... I heard a spork. You know those plastic utensils of a fork and a spoon, a spork. I hope I'm saying that right. Spork. Is that the metal version of spork? But I mean, the spork is... whose idea was that? So like, I'm trying to come up with a word for this. Fork. Look like a... bro, they look like a tool for the garden. You know? Trying to plant some seeds and all that. Like, it's like something for you to use for the garden.
Well, a lot of cheap cutlery production is fully automated these days, but the majority of cutlery manufacturers require a human assessment for assured quality control. So either the person in charge of quality control was, I don't know, napping that day, or they purposefully were trying to make tiny shovels. Somehow it's the jobs that are done ever so slightly wrong that can be the most infuriating. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. In this sea of perfectly aligned floor tiles, someone really couldn't be bothered to turn this 90 degrees to fit the pattern of the others.
Oh, man.
And now the rest of us are mildly frustrated.
Like, I know, like,
which
this
is really
is so
frustrating.
uneven.
But not half as frustrating
as
the tactile paving on this train platform in the UK is. I want to scream. I double-checked if it might be an accessibility reason for this,
not
but
organized.
UK trains and
man,
their carriages are different
This will ruin
lengths.
my life.
So this is definitely not a designated gathering point for the visually impaired, which leaves me asking why, oh why, this section could not have been rotated around to match the others. Okay, I need your help with this next one because I can't figure out which job went wrong. Did someone install this public restroom dryer here an inch away from the top of the cabinet for, I guess, jokes? Or was the cabinet installed after the dryer, and while deeper than first expected, it was just put there anyway? No matter how I look at it, I just keep getting mad at it. Someone knew what they were doing and didn't think to put the dryer somewhere else, or install the cabinet somewhere else so the dryer isn't useless? I guess the head of that dryer is designed to swivel, but that's not the point. Orange cones, or traffic cones, are often used to cordon off areas that are about to undergo work. And when that work commences,
it takes
purpose, just one person to remove them. All they have to do is move them out of the way. Such a simple, easy task. What could possibly go wrong?
Easy.
Well, let's be fair. 2 people failed at the job they had here. Someone didn't pick up the cone, and the other person thought it was completely acceptable to lay concrete around it. Looks like this poor thing will be forever a cone. What does the word private mean to you? Maybe something protected or exclusive? In which case, I'm struggling to figure out how the fencing around this supposedly private pool is private at all, despite having a carefully installed gate complete with a pin-coated entry pad. A knee-high wall is all that separates people from the other side of the gate, rendering it entirely useless.
Are you kidding me? What's the point of the door? Like, Like, what's the point of this? Whose idea was that to where you could just walk around? I'm like, okay, so it's. I mean, it did a good job with that to where you need a password to get in, sure, but what's the point of that if you could just walk your way around and I'm in, like the Matrix, I'm in. Like, come on.
Surely the designer realized there'd be a whacking great hole next to the security
I
provision they
mean,
were
look at
putting in
this.
place. Or maybe the contractor installing it would have told them. Whoever's fault it is, it's safe to say this is a public pool now.
Yeah,
Does anyone
public.
watching know more than one or two languages? Because I could use your help translating exactly what in God's name went wrong with this product. In English, these are glow-in-the-dark stars, a kind of decoration that contains phosphors, which radiate light after they've gotten energy from a source of very bright light. They can make your ceilings look like the night sky when the lights are turned off, making them a pretty and undeniably star-shaped decoration, right? Well, not according to whoever translated their name, they're not. The first translation is next to a German flag, but sous-marin is actually French for submarine. Likewise, the German translation is next to the flag of the Netherlands, but Takubut means submersible. Maybe we'll have luck with the third one, which shows either the Italian or Irish flag next to a Dutch word, and goes one step further to mean diving submarine. But all submarines dive. Without the diving element,
Okay, first of all, I kind of want to try to pronounce this. So, Seuss Marine. Okay, touch your boot. Okay. Uh, do Dewey Kendi? Do Kendi? I'm guessing the I is silent. This can't be a weird word. This can't be. Do Kendi under Zier. Under Zier. Some Somer Ghibli Immersion. Okay. Submarinos para Immersion. Oh wow.
but
Wow.
all submarines dive.
Alright.
Without the diving element, a submarine isn't. It. It's just. It's just a boat.
Yeah.
Basically, none of these translations mean glow-in-the-dark stars. I think it might be time this company fired their translator. Call me a purist, but I prefer a paperback book over an ebook. They might be more expensive, but you know where you stand with a real book. At least I always assumed you did, considering someone added in a passage on this page encouraging readers to click here for a free audiobook download. Sorry to disappoint whoever thought this was a smart idea, but you cannot click a book. In all seriousness, though, this is likely a bootleg book that's been downloaded from an ebook file and printed illegally in the hopes of turning a quick buck. If only these thieving idiots had read a few more books themselves. Now, you might be old enough to remember a time before wireless earbuds,
Click.
AirPods, and Bluetooth
Click
headphones.
here.
These were the dark
Alright.
days of wired headphones, where if you put them in your pockets for even a second, they'd come out in a knot so tough it'd make a sailor cry. There was only one thing worse than the inevitable earphone knot, though, and that was buying earphones that had been assembled by someone who clearly hadn't been paying attention. The
What
jack
the?
and earbud of these earphones have somehow been attached the wrong way round. And before any kids try to tell me these are VR earbuds designed to plug in and reach around the massive headpieces, these earphones came with a 2000s Sony Ericsson Walkman phone. You remember Walkman, right? The thing we used before Spotify? That's right, there was a time before Spotify. Shock. Horror. The saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Oh
However,
man.
even if you study planning at Ball State University, Indiana, you might still fail. If the sign over the college architecture and planning's loading dock is
What
anything to
the?
go by, at least, wow. It's just such a bad.
Y'all see that? College of Architect and Planning. The sea got buried. Where's the sea at? All you see is knowledge of architect and planning. Wow.
Joke you'd think it was photoshopped, but it was real. Yep, back in 1982, the college building was expanded, changing the size of one of the entryways to transform it into a loading dock. When the contractors asked the dean if he wanted to have letters above the entrance respaced, he said, "No, it's just a loading dock. Stick any extra letters on the wall, it'll look funny." Sadly, the sign was later removed following another refurbishment. Man, you gotta love college life. So there are a few key rules when installing electrics. Number 1, make sure there's no water around. You don't need to be good at math. No electricity plus water equals danger. Number 2, make sure everything's turned off at the mains before you start drilling through walls or changing cables. Your body plus live wires equals danger. And number 3, don't be stupid, because stupidity plus electricity equals this. Someone genuinely installed a socket panel across a door. Are they expecting people to limbo their way out of the room now?
Everybody do the
I'm
limbo.
no master electrician, so if anybody experienced out there has any idea why someone thought this was a completely normal thing to do, please let me know down below.
Yeah.
Now, according to the history books, there was a man who always had more than one job, and he still managed to complete all his tasks perfectly. That man's name? Jesus.
Christ.
Okay, maybe not the history books, but definitely the Bible. And when he wasn't busy feeding the 5,000 with fish and bread, he was turning water into wine. And he's even doing it to this day. Now, don't believe me? Then explain this aisle in a British grocery store. That sign clearly says water, but all that's stacked beneath it is row after row of wine. Consider this proof that Jesus shops at Tesco. Or, more likely, someone reorganized the shelves and forgot to change over the signs. At least, I hope that's the case. Otherwise, I dread to think what the fish section and bakery aisles look like. Now, as a guy, I'd argue that peeing in a urinal isn't something you necessarily need a stall for. Sure, a little privacy is nice, but providing no one's rubbernecking over to get a good look, you can get your business done without feeling too exposed. Going for a number 2, though? Oh, you need a stall. Imagine walking into the restrooms and locking eyes with someone with their pants around their ankles, grunting and straining their way through a brutal bowel movement. Nope. No, thank you. However, this clearly wasn't the logic behind being employed by whoever approved the installation of this stall. I want to say the contractor should have realized this was so very, very wrong, but it's more likely that the person in charge of verifying the plans and taking stall measurements was at fault here. Not realizing the urinal and toilet were the other way around. Well, this urinal...
First of all, I can't. Oh man, can you imagine? Oh my god, like imagine you go to the bathroom, you gotta go, you see that. Like, you know what? That one in the stall looks like a very good option right now, because there is no way I gotta go do number 2 and y'all could see me do number 2. Sooner or later, I don't know if they already done this by now, but they need to put some music in the bathroom, because imagine you're doing number 1 and someone's in the stall doing number 2 and you hear everything. They need to play some music to cover that sound up. You know what I mean? They need to cover that sound up, because I know y'all been having those problems, and I know for a fact y'all probably bring y'all music in there to block that sound up, because I do not want to hear anyone else. I don't want to hear that. All right? I don't want to hear you're having a battle in a stall. All right? I don't want to hear that at all.
Certainly puts the P in privacy.
Okay. All right. This was fun. This was enjoyable, honestly. The fact the one job. Okay, out of this video, the one job that you had, and this is kind of a tough one. It's between the one with the brick, shoving the bricks in there, making it look like it's Tetris, and the one with the Pikachu. It's like the one with the Pikachu. That it's either one. It's either the brick or Pikachu. Either one, y'all. But you should always know who Pikachu is, right? I mean, you see the commercials, see like TV shows or something. You should like know that okay, it could be 50 years down the road. Someone's gonna let you know who is that. Oh, that's Pikachu. Like, oh, you never seen Pokemon? Oh man, Pokemon was great back in the day. Still is though. I mean, still is. I mean, the original, you can't beat it. But who puts the tail on top and Pikachu's ears on the bottom? You can make a pun out of that. Yeah, you really could. But I'm not gonna say you already know. Like, I'm gonna say one real quick. I hear some shit. I mean, like, you really could. You could make a pun out of that, but nah. Stuff like that, people deserve. You deserve to get fired. The one with the brick is like the funniest one. Just shoved it in there. But I should say the cake. The cake probably won it, bruh. The cake one, with the Nintendo Wii, that one won it, honestly. Between the Pikachu, the brick, and the Nintendo Wii cake, I think those three probably won throughout this video. But hey, seeing that this has multiple parts too, I could just hardly imagine. But hey, hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want to stay tuned, you stab the buttons down below. You will see the next video. Hope you have a good day though. Stay safe, and of course you already know. Peace.